Why does the Lamborghini Aventador still scare supercars in 2025? I mean, seriously, this car came out over a decade ago, and somehow it still pulls up next to brand new machines and makes them feel nervous. That doesn't just happen by accident. Because here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. Most modern supercars are faster on paper, smarter with tech, and more efficient in every way. And yet, none of them hit like the Aventador does. Not emotionally, not visually, not spiritually. The Aventador doesn't just drive past you. It intimidates you. The moment you see one, your brain switches modes. Low, wide, sharp enough to look illegal, like it escaped from a concept car show and never asked permission. Those scissor doors go up, and suddenly, everyone nearby forgets what they were doing. Phones come out. Next break. Even people who don't know cars know that is something serious. And then there's the sound. No turbos. No filters. No fake speakers pumping noise into the cabin. Just a naturally aspirated V12 screaming like it's angry at the universe. In 2025, that alone makes the Aventador dangerous because almost nobody is building engines like this anymore. Everything is downsized, electrified, or silenced in the name of progress. The Aventador doesn't care. It revs high, drinks fuel, and lets the whole world know you're coming from 3 blocks away. That's why newer supercars still flinch when an Aventador shows up. They might be quicker off the line, but they don't have presence. The Aventador doesn't chase attention, it demands it. And Lamborghini knew exactly what they were doing. This wasn't designed to be practical. It wasn't built to be easy to live with. The Aventador was Lamborghini planting a flag and saying, "This is who we are." Big engine up front, brutal styling, zero apologies. It feels mechanical in a way modern cars just don't anymore. You feel the transmission shift. You feel the vibration. You feel like you're controlling something wild instead of sitting inside a rolling computer. That rawness is scary for drivers and for competitors. Because when you line up an Aventador next to a brand new hybrid hypercar loaded with screens and modes and algorithms, something weird happens. People still gravitate toward the Lamborghini. Not because it's smarter, but because it's louder, meaner, and more alive. And let's talk about speed for a second, because yeah, the Aventador is still no joke. 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. Top speed north of 217 miles per hour. Even in 2025, those numbers aren't embarrassing. But numbers were never the Aventador's main weapon. Its real power is how it feels at speed. The steering is heavy. The car feels wide. You don't drive it casually, you commit to it. Every pull, every downshift, every hard brake reminds you that this thing has consequences. That edge is what's missing from a lot of modern supercars. They're fast, sure, but they're also safe, predictable, and a little too polite. The Aventador? Not polite. It's dramatic. It's loud. It's borderline ridiculous. And that's exactly why it still terrifies the competition. Another reason this car still hits hard in 2025 is rarity, not just in numbers, but in philosophy. Lamborghini ended the Aventador era. They replaced it with something new, something hybrid, something more future-friendly. And the moment that happened, the Aventador stopped being just a car and became a symbol. The last of the full V12 monsters. The end of an era where performance came before efficiency. The final middle finger to boring responsibility. That makes every Aventador you see today feel special. Like a reminder of what supercars used to be before rules and regulations cleaned them up. And deep down, other manufacturers know it. You can't recreate that energy with software updates or electric motors. That's why even owners of newer, faster cars still look twice when an Aventador passes by. Because they know they're watching something that won't happen again. And here's the real truth. This is what actually scares other supercars in 2025. The Aventador didn't age badly. It aged like a classic. Its design still looks futuristic. Its sound is irreplaceable. Its attitude is unmatched. It doesn't need to win every drag race to win respect. In a world moving towards silence, the Aventador is pure noise. In a world obsessed with numbers, it's pure emotion. In a world chasing the future, it represents the peak of the past. That's why it still terrifies supercars today. Not because it's the newest, not because it's the fastest, but because it reminds everyone what happens when you build a car with zero fear. And honestly, that's something no spec sheet can compete with.